Anyone? Anyone seen this before? The Laffer curve.
Yes, we're still trailing the national average. That's technically true.
We'll see how it works. We'll have a real live experiment.
Well, Kansas is trailing the national average on job growth and so forth, and that's evidence that the tax plan failed. No, that's just a recognition of the longstanding tradition in Kansas.
The longest session in state history. So far, it's cost taxpayers more than $800,000. And the battle over the budget cuts could take more from schools. So 41 Action News reporter Andre.
When I started as governor, we had the highest state income tax in the region. Now, we have the second lowest, and I want us to take it to zero. Look out, Texas. Here comes Kansas.
A ton more money from this. In fact, how much money is this going to cost Kansas? It's going to create an $800 million hole in their budget by 2014. Now, how are you going to make up $800 million? Well, you're going to have to cut. So you're going to cut probably jobs of state workers. They might be firemen, they might be cops, they might be government workers. Cut. You might have to cut some.
All we had to do was go from being morbidly inefficient to grossly inefficient.
Voodoo economics.
But he would also eliminate income taxes on non-wage income for about 191,000 small businesses. They call it small business, keep it real. A lot of it is gigantic business.
Kansas Governor Sam Brownback this week delivered his State of the State address, and even though some are worried about whether the state has cut taxes too far, he says he's ready to cut them even more.
So the rich are going to have their taxes cut 1.4%, where middle income and poor people are only going to see about a 0.6% reduction. Why isn't it equal? If you're going to cut it, then cut it equal.
These parents and teachers are fed up. They say that while these budgets are being slashed, their children are facing larger class sizes and diminished resources inside of the classroom. And
they aren't receiving enough money. Well, first of all, enough has never been defined.
Yes, we're still trailing the national average. That's technically true.
We'll see how it works. We'll have a real live experiment.
Well, Kansas is trailing the national average on job growth and so forth, and that's evidence that the tax plan failed.
You might remember that Governor Brownback cut about $28 million from public schools here. He also cut about $16 million from higher education funding just earlier this year.
Voodoo economics. This is very controversial. Does anyone know what Vice President Bush called this in 1980? Anyone? Anyone seen this before? The Laffer curve. Anyone know what this says?